Let me tell y'all something real quick. You ever been in a place in life where it feel like everything you try just ain't working? Like no matter how hard you grind, you just spinning your wheels in the same spot? You pray, you hustle, you cry, you smile for people like everything's cool, but deep down you know this ain't it. Let me be honest with you. I've been there, I done stood in front of the mirror, broken, confused, asking God, why me? And you know what I heard in my spirit? Because I'm trying to move you. See, sometimes it ain't the devil, it's God telling you you need a new path. See, we got this bad habit. We pray for direction, then complain when the road we're on gets blocked. Listen to me. If God closed the door, stop picking the lock. Y'all ever done that? I know I have. I used to be the president of that club. I'd be begging God for a sign, asking him to help me, lead me, show me the way. And the moment he did, I ain't want to hear it. That ain't the door I wanted him to close. See, sometimes you pray for clarity, and then when he gives it to you, it don't look the way you pictured it. You wanted peace, but he took away the person who was keeping your life in chaos. You wanted success, but he took the job that was paying your bills because it was killing your dream. And now you confused, frustrated, asking, why is this happening to me? Let me tell you something. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. But we don't see it that way, right? Because we emotional, we human, we like comfort, we like control. So we try to hold on to stuff that's no longer good for us just because it's familiar. But hear me when I say this. Just because a path feels familiar, don't mean it's still for you. I remember I was working this job once and I hated it. I mean, every day I woke up, my spirit was like, we doing this again? I was good at it, made some money, but I was miserable. And deep down, I knew God was nudging me. You know that feeling, that tug in your gut, that whisper that say, this ain't it? You were made for more. But I ain't want to listen. I was scared. I was like, Lord, I got bills, I got responsibilities. I can't just walk away. And you know what happened? That job got snatched. Just like that, gone. At the time, I was hurt, mad, thought I was being punished. But now I see it. That wasn't punishment. That was protection. That was God saying, you won't move, so I'm going to move it for you. Listen, some of y'all right now are mad about a door God closed. And you don't even realize he just saved your life. You don't even know what he protected you from. You crying over what you lost, not seeing what he's trying to give you next. But we so stuck on our plans, our timelines, our little routines. We forget that God's got a view we don't have. He sees down the road. He knows where the danger is. He knows where the blessings are. And sometimes the only way to get you on the right path is to block the wrong one. You ever try to GPS somewhere and the app reroute you? At first, you're like, why is it taking me this way? You think it's messing up, but then later you find out there was traffic or a wreck or construction on the road you thought was faster. The GPS ain't trying to hurt you, it's trying to help you. Same thing with God. That door slammed in your face, that's not rejection. It's redirection. But you got to stop trying to reopen what God already closed. That job, that relationship, that friendship, that hustle. It served its purpose, but now it's time to move. It's time to step into what's next. And I get it. Moving on is scary. Starting over, man, that's uncomfortable. But let me tell you this. You can't discover new if you keep hanging on to old. You don't get to your destiny by holding on to dead doors. God ain't confused. He knows what, if he's closing it, trust and believe it's because he's about to open something better. But you won't see it if you keep knocking on a door that ain't even yours no more. Let it close, let it go, and get ready because your new path's already been cleared. You just got to walk it. You know what's funny? Growth don't happen in comfort. Nah. It happens when you get stretched, pulled, pushed to your edge. Look, I don't know who told y'all that chasing purpose was going to feel good, but they lied. There ain't nothing cozy about elevation. If you comfortable all the time, chances are you ain't growing. You stuck. Now let me tell you something personal, something real. I remember a season where I was doing everything I could to stay afloat. I was out here grinding, doing stand-up, driving from gig to gig, sleeping in my car. It was cold some nights, man. I ain't got no shame telling you. I had to make a balled up towel my pillow, use fast food napkins like they were linen. I had to wash up in gas station bathrooms. You hear me? That's uncomfortable. But you know what that season did for me? It showed me who I was. It stripped me of all the fake stuff, all the fluff. When you uncomfortable, you ain't got time to pretend. You either get real or you give up. See, we want the promise, but we don't want the process. We ask God to bless us, but we don't want to go through the pressure. And let me tell you something. You don't get diamonds without pressure. You don't get oil without the press. And you don't get elevation without frustration. That discomfort you feel right now, that ain't punishment, it's preparation. God ain't forgot about you. He's just stretching you. And I know it hurts. I know it's scary. But let me break it down. Every time you feel that tension, that tightness, that pull, it means something's shifting. It means God's moving some stuff around in your life. But you got to stop fighting the stretch. Some of y'all praying for peace when what you need is pressure. You asking God to let you chill, but he trying to build you. God don't grow people by letting them stay comfortable. He grows people by putting them in situations where they have to depend on him. See, when I was sleeping in that car, I had no backup plan, no safety net. It was just me and God. And let me tell you, that's when I learned he was real. Not in church, not in a suit, not when everything was easy. I met God in my lowest place. I felt his presence when I was down to nothing. And that's the kind of faith that changes your life. That's the kind of discomfort that wakes you up. Now, some of y'all, you stuck in a job that's draining you, or in a relationship that feel like a cage. You feel like you can't breathe, like you can't see a way out. That's not failure. That's a signal. That's God saying, this ain't where you stay. I'm using this pressure to push you into your promise. But here's the key. You got to respond. You got to lean into the discomfort instead of running from it. Stop trying to numb it. Stop trying to escape it. Let it teach you. Let it grow you. You ever seen a baby learn to walk? They fall a lot. But do they stop trying? Nah. They cry, they wobble, but eventually they get it. Same thing with your purpose. You're going to fall, you're going to stumble, but that don't mean you ain't on the right path. It just means you're getting stronger. I'm telling you right now, if your life feels tight, stretched, uncomfortable, good. That means God's got his hands on you. He's shaping you, molding you, preparing you for something bigger. But you got to stop complaining about the stretch. Stop asking God to remove the very thing that's building your next level. So the next time you feel like things are falling apart, I want you to remember they might actually be falling into place. Just hold on, keep walking, embrace the pressure. Your path is changing and God is pushing you into your purpose. Trust the stretch. Let me say this loud so your spirit hears it. Your gift will make room for you. But here's the catch. You gotta show up. God can't bless who you pretending to be. See, too many people out here sitting on something powerful. I'm talking about real deal talent, real deal anointing. But they waiting for permission, waiting for the right time, waiting for a sign in the sky or for somebody to tell them, okay, now you can go live your dream. Man, let me tell you something. You already got the green light. God gave you the gift. Now he's just waiting on you to walk in it. But we hesitate, right? We doubt ourselves. We talk ourselves out of blessings. We compare ourselves to other people on social media, like they already doing it. I don't know if it's room for me. Yes, there is. Your gift will make room for you, not for the fake version of you, not for the you that's trying to copy somebody else, for you. You don't need to be famous. You don't need 1 million followers. You don't need a degree in it. You just need to move. You just need to show up with what you got. Let me tell you how it worked in my life. I knew what my gift was early. I could make people laugh. But when I first started out, I didn't know how to use that gift to change my life. I was doing little comedy shows, working regular jobs on the side, barely making it. And one night after a show, a guy came up to me and said, man, you ever thought about taking this further? You got something special. Now listen, I'd heard that before, but this time something hit me. I realized I've been hidden. I've been playing small because I was scared to fail big. That's what a lot of people do. We scared to look crazy, scared to fall flat on our face, but you ain't gonna win if you don't even get in the game. So I started saying yes to opportunities, even when I didn't feel ready, even when I was nervous, even when I didn't have all the answers. I just showed up. And every time I did, my gift made a little more room. First, it was a room with 10 people in the audience, then 50, then 200, then TV, then radio, then books, then stages I never even imagined being on. But it all started with me showing up. Not me being perfect, not me having it all figured out, just me taking what God gave me and putting it to work. See, some of y'all are asking God for a breakthrough, but he already gave you the tool. He gave you the voice, the hands, the mind, the vision, the creativity, but you sitting on it waiting for it to look like somebody else. Let me help you right now. Stop waiting. Stop downplaying what you bring to the table. You ain't got to be the smartest. You ain't got to be the fastest. You just got to be consistent and be real. Your gift is your lane. And when you operate in your lane, can't nobody block your blessing. You might get delayed. You might hit some bumps. But if you keep walking in your gift, that door is going to open. I promise you. But you got to jump. You got to take the leap. And no, your parachute ain't going to open right away. You're going to hit some branches on the way down. You're going to get some bruises. But if you stay faithful, if you keep working that gift, God going to pull that cord and the parachute will open. And when it does, that's when the room gets bigger. That's when the opportunities start showing up. That's when people start saying, where you been? You just smile like, I've been had it. I just finally showed up. So hear me when I say this. Stop sitting on your gift. Stop second guessing what God already confirmed in you. You don't need a title. You need obedience. You don't need applause. You need action. Your gift will make room for you, but only if you bring it to the room. Faith without works is dead. Let me say that one more time for the folks in the back. Faith without works is dead. Now see, we love talking about faith. We love saying we believe. We got all the church lingo down. I'm just waiting on the Lord. I'm trusting God. I'm claiming my blessing. But let me ask you this. What are you doing while you wait? Because here's the truth. God ain't Santa Claus. He's not just going to drop your dreams down the chimney while you sitting on the couch watching Netflix and eating snacks talking about, I receive it. Nah, that ain't how this works. God is not going to do for you what you can do for yourself. I remember when I was first trying to get into comedy full time, man, I was broke, like broke. Bill collectors was calling like they was my mama. I had nothing but a dream and some jokes, and even the jokes wasn't hitting like that yet. But I had faith. Real talk. I believed God had something bigger for me. I knew he didn't give me this gift just to waste it. But guess what? That wasn't enough. Faith alone wasn't going to put gas in my car. It wasn't going to get me from one club to the next. I had to get up. I had to grind. I had to hustle when nobody was clapping. I had to do free shows just to be seen. I had to knock on doors that got slammed in my face. I had faith, but I put in the work. And that's where a lot of people miss it. They say they want better. They say they're praying, but they don't want to put no action behind it. Let me help you. You can't pray for a harvest and not plant no seeds. You can't ask God to bless a business you won't even start. You can't ask him for a spouse while you still playing games. You can't beg him for a new chapter, but keep reading the same old page. You want new? Then move like you believe it's coming. Prepare like the blessing is already on the way. You trying to walk through a new door, but you still dressing like you live at the old address. Come on now. Faith is active. Faith moves. Faith steps out even when it don't make sense. Now, let me tell you something else. You ain't gonna feel ready. Ever. That's why it's called faith. If you had all the answers, it wouldn't require no trust. But that's the beauty of it. God ain't looking for perfect. He's looking for willing. He's looking for folks who say, I don't know how, but I'm going to show up anyway. I don't know when. I'm going to keep working. I don't see the whole staircase, but I'm taking the first step. See, when you move like that, when you combine faith with work, that's when heaven responds. That's when things start aligning. That's when people call you out of nowhere saying, hey, I got an opportunity, and you know it wasn't nobody but God, but you can't get that favor if you ain't moving. Favor follows effort. Miracles follow motion. And sometimes the reason God ain't opened that next door yet is because he's still waiting on you to walk away from the one he already shut. So ask yourself, are you waiting on God or is God waiting on you? Some of y'all got vision boards with big dreams on them, but ain't made one phone call, ain't filled out one application, ain't wrote one plan down. That ain't faith. That's fantasy. You want God to breathe on something? Give him something to breathe on. Take the step, make the move, do it afraid if you got it. Because at the end of the day, talking about faith don't change nothing, but walking in it, that'll change your whole life. God didn't bring you this far to leave you. Now that right there is the kind of thing people say and just let it sit in the air. Like it's cute, but nah, I need you to feel that. Let it hit different. Let it sink in. Because some of y'all right now, truth be told, you tired. You worn out. You've been fighting, praying, crying, and pushing. And you thinking to yourself, man, what's the point? But let me tell you something. You didn't come this far just to come this far. You ain't go through all that hell, all that heartbreak, all those lonely nights, all those tears in private just to be stuck. That don't even make sense. That's not how God moves. If he brought you this far, there's purpose in it. There's a plan behind the pain. Now, I ain't just talking from theory. I'm telling you what I know. I remember when I was ready to quit, not pretending like I was thinking about it, really ready. I was tired, man. Doors kept closing. People kept turning their back. I had folks laughing at my dreams, thinking I was out of my mind for even trying. I'm talking about rock bottom. But God didn't leave me there. He didn't leave me sleeping in that car. He didn't leave me with empty pockets and a full heart. He didn't leave me when I had nothing but faith and fumes. And if he didn't leave me, he ain't gonna leave you. See, you gotta understand, God don't invest in nothing he ain't gonna finish. You ever start building something and then just abandon it halfway through? Nah, if you start something that matters to you, you're gonna finish it. You're gonna see it through. Now think about that on God's level. You think he gonna start a good work in you just to bounce when it gets rough? That ain't who he is. But we get scared, right? Because life don't always move on our timeline. We want microwave blessings, but God's a crock pot kind of God. He slow cooks character. He simmers strength. He seasons you in the struggle. And that process, it don't always feel good. Sometimes it feels like you taking L after L, like everybody else is moving ahead while you stuck in traffic. Like the promises you heard about, those feel like fairy tales now. But hear me, it's still in motion. Just because you can't see it don't mean it ain't working. God's delays are not God's denials. Sometimes he's just rearranging the path. Sometimes he's blocking what you thought you wanted because it ain't big enough for what he's got for you. Sometimes he's quiet because he's watching what you're going to do with what he already gave you. But one thing he ain't gone. You don't walk through the valley of the shadow of death unless there's a table waiting on the other side. That's the word. And I ain't never seen him set a table for no reason. So if you still breathing, that means he's still building. If you still got a pulse, that means you still got purpose. And if you still got tears in your eyes and a little bit of hope left in your chest, that means God still got plans for your life. Plans to prosper you, not harm you. You just got to keep walking. You ain't got to have all the answers. You just got to keep taking steps. Even if you're taking them scared, even if you're taking them slow. Just don't stop. Don't park in the pain. Don't camp in confusion. Don't let discouragement be your final destination. Because the same God that brought you to it, he's going to bring you through it. So wipe your face, fix your focus, And remind yourself, if he brought me this far, he ain't done yet. Listen to me. You're not here by accident. You didn't stumble into this moment, this message. It ain't random. This is confirmation. This is God knocking at the door of your heart saying, it's time. It's time for you to stop sitting on your gift. It's time to stop shrinking to fit into places you've outgrown. It's time to stop praying for a new path while refusing to leave the old one. God knows you need a new path. And guess what? He already paved it. But you got to walk it. You got to move. You got to trust him. Even when you don't understand him, you got to believe that your current situation is not your final destination. This is not the end. This is just a page. And the story ain't over. So yeah, it might be hard. It might be lonely. It might look crazy to everybody around you. But when God is calling you to more, comfortable ain't never part of the process. So go after it with everything you got. Get up every day and move like you know who's walking with you. Speak like you know who's behind you. Show up like the door's already open. Because if God gave you the vision, he gonna make the provision. Don't let fear rob you. Don't let people stop you. Don't let your past define you. You come too far to quit now. You cried too many nights to turn back now. You were built for this. You were called for this. All you got to do is believe and move. That's it. So from me to you, good luck on this new path. Walk it with courage. Walk it with faith. Walk it like it's already yours. And thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for listening, for showing up, for choosing to believe there's more to your life. Keep going. You're closer than you think. Thank you, and may God bless every single step you take.